Here now, got you.
Yeah, he's the acting director until we get them appointed next week.
All right.
I think we.
Good morning, and thank you everybody for being here. I don't know if we could have picked a more loud spot, but this is one of the deals that we helped to finance this year, and we're really happy to be here. I am very happy to be here, thrilled. This is really a historic achievement, and the reason why we're here is because this year, in fiscal year 19, we were able to preserve or produce more units of affordable housing than ever before. We'll get into the details a little bit later, but I do want to recognize and thank everybody for coming out. We have a number of distinguished guests here, and of course, we have our County Executive Marc Elrich. We have County Council members Gabe Albernaz and Hans Riemer. I also forgot myself. I am not a professional at this, sorry. I am the acting director. I'm sure the director will be able to get this right. My name is Tim Getzinger. I'm the acting director of the Department of Housing and Community Affairs. And also with us are Craig Wilson from Council President Navarro's office, Vicky Garcias, sorry if I got that wrong, from Congressman John Sarbanes' office, and Matt Berry from Senator Van Hollen's office. While I'm up here, I also want to be able to recognize all the hard work from the department. Specifically, I want to start from the ground up. This wouldn't have happened, this wouldn't have been done if it weren't for the hard work from our staff, specifically Lisa Beckwith, who is our Office Services Coordinator. I want to recognize our two esteemed loan officers, our underwriters, Roderick Simpson and Kenneth Vinston. Let's not forget our multifamily housing manager, Lawrence Cager. And also our housing chief, Stephanie Killian. This doesn't get done without a great deal of hard work, without partnership, without advocacy, without the support from everyone. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out here. And with that said, I'd like to introduce the County Executive, Marc Elrich. Thank you.
So I'm really excited to be here. This is a big year. Over $100 million, $103.7 million in financing for housing in FY19. So we're here to celebrate this 30-year high in loan financing and to renew our commitment to making sure we keep going forward in the same strong way that we did this last year. We've invested in 22 multifamily properties, 12 existing and 10 new constructions. The investment resulted in 3,254 new and renovated units, of which 61%, 1,982, are affordable. This is a big deal. I had a meeting the other day with these folks who are putting together this Regional Housing Initiative Investment Fund. They're putting $150 million together to invest in the preservation and renovation of existing affordable housing. It's one of the leading players in this is going to be JBG Smith, and their comments were effectively that the most effective way to get affordable housing is to preserve the housing that you have. You can't build it for the price that you can buy it and renovate it. So this is a really important step that we're taking, and I think the region is finally realizing the importance of preservation of affordable housing. A typical example of projects we help fund is Main Street, and that's this project right over here. It's going to include 70 mixed income rental units, 3/4 will be priced affordably. Importantly, 1/4 of the units are designated for individuals with special needs. It's a model for inclusiveness, and I certainly hope that these folks look at other locations in Montgomery County and replicate what they're doing here in other parts of the county. We could certainly use it. The other 21 apartment buildings are located across the county, in Damascus, in Gaithersburg, in Germantown, Montgomery Village, Olney, Rockville, Sandy Springs, Silver Spring, and Tacoma Park. Overall, these multifamily buildings serve our broad population and include units for older county residents, low and moderate income individuals and families, and persons with special needs. 6 of the 22 projects were acquired through the county's right of first refusal law. When a multifamily project with 4 or more units receives a contract for sale, the county can match the purchase price. At those 6 right of first refusal properties, we preserved or produced 1,667 units. Excuse me. At those, more than half of the units, total number of units that we produced last year are in those right of first refusal properties. So I'm going to continue leveraging county assets as effectively as possible to maximize our impact on affordable housing. We as a county need to continue to work together to preserve existing affordable housing by exercising our right of first refusal, and I fully intend to liberally exercise our right of first refusal. We also need to find the best opportunities to work with developers to produce new affordable housings like this project behind us. And we need to explore rent-to-own opportunities to give tenants a path to home ownership. So I want to thank you all for coming, and I'll introduce Hans Riemer and then Gabe Albert.
Thank you, County Executive Elrich. This is a really exciting day. I want to thank the county's Department of Housing and Community Affairs, which has done an amazing job getting deals done and getting financing arranged. Having done my own mortgage, I can't imagine what it would take to sign deals for more than $100 million of projects. It's a real team effort. Hitting that $100 million milestone is the gold standard of commitment to financing affordable housing regionally. That bar has been set, and we have been trying to get to $100 million steadily. It's taken years. Councilmember Elrich as a council member for years. It has been a team effort culminating in today's tremendous success, getting across this big line. Now we need to, we've climbed the summit, but there's another summit ahead of us. We have to keep it up. Financing the preservation, as County Executive Elrich said, of existing affordable, it is the best way to ensure affordability of those units. We have many tools in our tool set that we need to apply. We need to take this financing strategy to the Purple Line corridor to ensure that we are preserving the housing that we need to be able to preserve in the Purple Line corridor. We need to combine this with elements like we did yesterday, accessory dwelling units, with our impact tax waivers. There is an array of policies that are at our disposal, but we've got to deploy them all because we have a housing crunch, and affordability is a huge challenge for our residents. It affects every aspect of their lives. I've received emails from people, they work at NIH, and they don't think that they have the potential to have a career because it's too expensive to live in Montgomery County. If we are losing our middle band, we are losing our economic heart, and we've got to really tackle that problem. So I would like to recognize in absence Action in Montgomery. That organization has made funding of the Housing Initiative Fund a priority year after year. And I know County Executive will join me in saluting former County Executive Ike Leggett, who made this a priority year after year. The council, the county, working together to get us to where we are today. And let's make sure we can do $100 million next year too. That's the challenge ahead of us, and we'll find out what it takes to do that. But the council really is committed to this. We added $5 million to the capital budget this year so that we could strengthen our investments, and we're going to want to keep moving in that direction. So congratulations to the county executive, to the department, and to everyone involved in this effort. It's been a big step forward for us. Thank you. And I'll pass the mic to Councilmember Gabriel Albornoz.
Well, thank you, Councilmember Riemer. I do want to commend the Fed Committee for their leadership through the budget process this year. I know my colleague Andrew Feetson pushed hard for the additional $5 million in the Housing Initiative Fund. And I also want to commend the County Executive for continuing the hard work that has been done over a number of years and continuing to show his leadership in this critically important space. As a candidate for county council last year, I visited about 114 living rooms with different constituents talking about a variety of different issues. And without a doubt, housing was the primary concern, the common denominator of virtually everyone I spoke to. Whether it's a senior citizen looking to downsize but not finding a suitable location for them to downsize to, whether it's a family struggling to find a location suitable for their growing family, whether it's a young professional trying to break in and live here in Montgomery County and get their family started to begin with. Across the gamut, housing is a common challenge experiencing, not just here in Montgomery County, but across our entire region. And so I commend the consistent and concerted effort to get us to this threshold. Housing is a key to economic development. Housing is also a key to public health. I chair the Health and Human Services Committee on the County Council, and not having a baseline of suitable housing creates a number of public health issues across our entire county. So this is an infrastructure issue that we must continue to drive, we must continue to make our highest priority, and I'm proud to stand with the county executive and my colleagues on the council to achieve that goal. Thank you.
So thank you all, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, and I think some of us will be hanging around if you want to grab us on the side. Okay? Thank you.